Ever wanted to add a new lint rule to your project, but didn't have the time it would take to fix 1,000 files all at once to get your CI passing again? Well, today I'm going to show you a nifty new project called lint-to-the-future that should make that process a breeze. My name is Chris Manson, and this is Open Source Live. This video is brought to you by SimpleLabs. SimpleLabs is a digital product development consultancy that helps teams ship better software faster, more predictably, and with higher quality. With roots in the open source community, our team of experts builds tailored solutions for clients around the world, supporting them in all steps from product idea to its release. Check out SimpleLabs now at simplabs.com. As a modern web developer, you will likely have come across linting before, be it ESLint with their recommended configuration, or if you're using ember.js, vue.js, or create React app, you will likely have some framework-specific rules enabled to really help your development on a daily basis. Having these lint rules implemented from the beginning of your project is a great way to make sure that your codebase stays spick and span. And if you've ever wanted to add a new lint rule, or even update your framework-specific lint rules, you will likely have come across a problem that can make people a little bit reluctant to add new rules or even update their new rules. Lint fail explosion. And this is exactly what lint-to-the-future is designed to help you with. It's not a tool to replace ESLint or any of your linting tools, but instead a handy little helper that integrates with your existing workflow to help you progressively update large code bases to the new shiny. To explain this a bit better and show you exactly what it does, let me give you a quick tour of the tool. So the thing I'm going to demo today is how to make use of lint-to-the-future's command line tool to help you enable a new lint rule without the problem of lint rule explosion. So for this demo, I found a public React app built by Carl Hadwin, and he built a Doist clone. I'll add a link to the description to this repo if you wanted to clone it and try the process that I'm showing for yourself. So I've already cloned the repo and I've run yarn install just so that we didn't have to wait for that on camera. I'm quickly going to show you what it's going to look like to run ESLint now. Let's see if it will pass. npx ESLint. And because it doesn't respond with any errors, that means it's passing. And if we look, we can see this is probably only passing because we look at the config eslint-rc.json. There's a bunch of rules that are being ignored. So we have this 0, which means it's being. In reality, there might be some good reasons why you'd want to ignore these rules, but for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to assume that they actually wanted to have these enabled, but ESLint was being too noisy for them to be productive. So let's go through and let's delete all of the ignores, so all the ones that have zeros. And we'll run ESLint again to see if, yes, well, here we go. So you can see there's plenty of errors now. So this is what it looks like when you've got a failing ESLint. So it is very noisy. If these rules don't have like an auto fix available for them, it would be pretty much impossible to get any work done here. Even if they had autofix available, you might not want to autofix all of this and commit it as one giant PR, because it'd be quite hard to review then. So let's install lint-to-the-future and see how we can improve this situation. So I'm going to do yarn add d to add it to our dev dependencies, lint to the future and lint to the future ESLint. So ESLint, so lint to the future is a plugin based system. So our lint to the future ESLint is the ESLint plugin. You can see what other plugins are available in the README for lint to the future, and I'll add that link to the description as well. So now that we've done that, we can run the npx lint to the future ignore command. And npx here just allows us to run the version that we have just installed. So it's running it from the local npm node modules folder. And what that's actually done, if we do a npx ESLint, what that's actually done is it has ignored all of the errors. As you can see, there are no more errors. So what it does to actually achieve that is it adds these ignores at the top of the files. You might think that adding the ignores, these ESLint disables, to the top of each of the files is no better than having them in the ESLint-rc.json. It's a valid point, it's a valid question, but there are two good reasons why this is better. Firstly, we now have the rules that we want enabled in the project, but only ignored in certain existing files. If we create a new file with a new React component in it, we won't have the ignores at the top of that new file, so we'll need to abide by the stricter linting config for the new code. That allows us to slowly move the code base to the future that we wanted it to be. Secondly, we now have a hit list of files that can do with some refactoring, and we can refactor them slowly over time by removing a single ignore from a single file and fixing those lint errors. So for example, let's go and remove React required default props. That might be something important. And let's see if there's an error. There we go. So it's telling us something that we need to improve. So we can do this slowly over time and improve the code base. Lint to the future can even keep track of the progress with a dashboard of graphs tracking how many files have a particular ignore in them. And I'll show you how to set that up in another video. So that's it for the demo. Let me know in the comments what you think about Lint to the Future and if you try it out in your own projects. It is a plugin based system, so it currently has plugins for ESLint, Ember template lint, and style lint. So if you have any different linting system that you would like to see a plugin for, just let me know. And that's it for this video. I hope you found it a little bit useful, and I hope you get a chance to try out Lint to the Future for yourself. Have a great day, and I hope to see you again at the channel soon.